Today, I'm gonna show you more than 20 illegal LEGO building techniques that most of you probably never even heard of. And then I will find ways to make them legal. Will this be a success? Let's find out. First illegal thing you can do is make custom bricks. So by taking this LEGO brick, warming it up, and twisting it, I just created this illegal twisted brick. And it looks very satisfying, but now it's completely useless. But if you want to have it as an art piece, you can brick build a bigger one. And to make it twist, I use Kinetic pins inside to make it spin. And this opens up a category of criminal LEGO crafts. What if you build a wall and the final brick you have is longer? You can simply cut it off so your wall is flush. Or what if you want to make some custom minifigs? You can take a Sharpie and draw on it, but there's a better way. You can print some custom stickers and apply them to a minifig. And the best part about them is you can peel them off and not damage the minifig. If you run out of needed color bricks, you can paint over them with the color you need. Close enough. And finally, if you want to remove prints of LEGO pieces, you can use a special liquid. It's quite satisfying to see the print disappear, but it's illegal because it destroys the piece. And the final and most criminal thing to do is not clicking on that subscribe button. Okay, so one of the illegal techniques with plates is to stack them one on top of another like this. And when you add too much, the plates start to bend. And that's very illegal.
Right to jail.
But there is a legal way. Just attach these vertical plates like this, and this is a completely legal micro-city skyline. So when you want to build a LEGO house, you will obviously use bricks for the walls, and that's totally fine. But I'm about to show you the way to make walls using plates. So it looks just like a normal house, but uses way fewer pieces and is cheaper. But let's test which house is stronger against my hand. Okay, that felt like it's built out of cardboard. And now the brick house. Oh, shoot. Guys, build legal houses only. And another technique with plates is to not connect them fully. And by using this technique with these pieces, I built this worm-looking thing. But it's illegal, and the worm falls apart instantly. But you can build a fully legal worm by using this tube and shoving it through the middle of these pieces. And now it works even better and can do a wiggle. What if you want to build on both sides of the plate? So you take two plates and sandwich these LEGO rollerblades between them. And now you can build an overworld. And the nether. No, wait, I think it's just Australia. But there's a way to do that legally. So I'm about to show you the ultimate building on both sides using snot bricks. So now we can recreate the same build, but without that disturbing gap. Okay, we've got the real world part and the upside down part, and we got rid of the gap. To switch them quickly, I built this mechanism. Look at this. It spins like a kebab. Another very illegal thing to do with LEGO is to literally bend it with your hands. Oh man, so that's why it's illegal. But if you take a lot of these hinge pieces, connect them with plates, and you get this cool looking triangle, which is a completely legal building technique. Or you can build a bendy square out of hinge pieces, if you can call it a square. Another bending technique is if you add cylinder studs between bricks and add them all together, you get a wall that can create an arch. Or even a castle tower. And here's another trick. If you build a LEGO wall long enough, it starts to bend. And it's possible because LEGO has little gaps between bricks that allow you to bend them. And that's the brick bending building technique. So by using this technique, I connected 3 walls together and made this cool triangle. Oh wow, it's so squishy and satisfying. Never mind. Or by using plates and studs, you can make a wave for surfing. But this one is illegal.
Jail.
But if you use these rounded plates, you can make a legal wave like this one. Next category is knockoff pieces, but I'll show you how to make them legal. Starting with this knockoff toilet. It looks very realistic, but it doesn't work. So I'll one-up it by building this fully working toilet out of LEGO. Here it is, and the best feature is that if you press the subscribe button, it actually flushes. Next is this articulating minifig. It can move its arms and legs, but you can also do that with a normal minifig by adding a rubber band to its torso. And lastly, I managed to find these special headpieces. Sadly, I don't know how to make them legal, but now I can create some cool aura edits starting from the most common faces to the ultimate and rarest ones. There's also a lot of illegal builds on a minifig scale. For example, if you don't have a lightsaber, you can add 3 blue cylinder studs on a katana, and now you get an illegal broke saber. And with it, you can destroy those who can't use the Force. And if you take this stormtrooper's helmet, it works perfectly as a toilet bowl. But it's illegal. So here's how you can build a legal toilet by using this piece. And it looks even better and safer to do your business in. Okay, now let's have a speed round of legal versus illegal minifig hacks. I'm gonna build 2 rooms, one with legal builds and the other with illegal. Starting with this legal weapon display I built using bricks and a clip piece. And this illegal one is built by inserting weapons into a translucent wall. It looks cooler, but this weapon is stuck there forever. Then I built this table with drawers from suitcase pieces, and this one I built using the legal drawer technique. And they look better and have more space inside. This is a hot dog piece, and with it you can build an illegal guardrail. But if you want a legal one, just use this chain piece. So here we have a room that is fully legal, and this illegal one. And I don't want to anger the Lego gods, so the illegal one needs to be destroyed. Lego is one of the biggest tire makers in the world. They're very squishy, and there's a lot of building ideas with them. For example, if you can invert a Lego tire and fill it with studs, it now looks like a hot tub for a minifig. Or if you take a small tire and insert a stud in it, you can create a barbell for a minifig. But there's a problem, because these two builds are very illegal.
Right to jail.
To have a legal cauldron, you can use this piece, which is an official pot piece. And for a barbell, just use this Technic piece on a tire. And now it's legal. Damn, Pro leveled up. And here are more illegal versus legal tricks. If you shove this plant build into a tire, it's illegal. But if you take this Speed Champion's wheel, take off the cap, and attach a plant, now it's legal, because it's connected. One thing I really don't like is uncomfy sword handles. So you can make it better by using tires, but it will destroy them. So just make a handle from wheels and a long Technic axle. Okay, let's test which sword is stronger. First, the illegal one. Oh no, guys, it's very wobbly and broke instantly. Now let's test the legal sword. Guys, I've just broken my record on Fruit Ninja. And the final and most illegal way to use Lego tires is doing burnouts. For these next illegal tricks, I'll use special Lego pieces, like this Lego ice cream scoop piece. And it's cool because you can use it not only for ice cream. By stacking them one on top of another a lot of times, I just made this smoke trail for a rocket. But it's illegal because it doesn't really connect to anything and breaks the smoke. But you can build it legally by using cone and bar pieces. Okay, this looks like a low graphics setting on a video game. And here are some more ideas with special pieces. By using L brackets and plates, you can make an inverted cube. But it's illegal, so just build one using tiles. If you want to make a sail for a ship, you can use tiles with clips. But if you're an illegal pirate, you can use a minifig's cape as a sail, and it looks way cooler. Write in the comments which one is cooler, the legal sail or the illegal pirate ones. If you take these cheese slopes and place them into a window piece, you get this beautifully illegal window. But you can make it legal by using turntable plates and colorful translucent pieces. And now we even get a nice looking frame. Lego made a lot of ball pieces, but if you're broke, you can make your own by combining flower pieces and plates with round bottoms. And now you have an illegal concrete ball. And finally, here's a normal piano that uses special tiles for keys. And here's an illegal piano with antenna pieces for black keys. And this one only plays cursed music. This is just a normal looking wall. But if I use full force and punch it, I can make this satisfying hole in it. I guess I'm just that strong. But in reality, it's just a smart trick, unfortunately. Today I'm gonna build more than 20 smart and satisfying Lego builds that look completely impossible.
Starting with this ordinary box.
And if I drop a minifigure inside, Bro's now trapped. But this box holds a magic secret inside. And guys, I can only activate it after you hit that subscribe button. Let's reveal the secret. So when I drop the same minifig inside, it should, where did he go? Oh. So this magic trick works by using a mirror. And when you want things to disappear, just move the mirror and all the things will disappear into the back rooms. This is a spring shooter, and it works by inserting this red dart into it. And when you press it, it fires off. So you can build a satisfying build out of these by connecting them in crisscross. And after an hour of carefully stacking, it's finally complete and it looks very beautiful, almost like a work of art.
Wow.
But now I need something that will set off all the pins at once. So I have this sun piece from this Lego set, and it should fit perfectly into the build. So let's test it against some minifigs. 3, 2, 1. Okay, this looks insanely satisfying, and it worked perfectly. All the pins flew out in every direction. This Minecraft cake has a satisfying secret inside because it can do this. And it's a smart building technique that uses these pins. So I'll take this cake and use the building technique to upgrade my Durr Burger from Fortnite. So let's see if it worked. Oh damn, it looks like he's alive now. Now let's build some kinetic sculptures. So this one looks like a wall with a banana cutout, and it's impossible for this rod to go through it. But if you tilt it sideways, it magically works and looks satisfying. This next one is very simple because when you turn this first beam, all the other ones will follow it and automatically reset, so you can do this forever. Satisfying. And now let's have a speed round of magic hacks for minifigs. First, I made a build that catches the ball after each throw, turning it into an infinite hoop machine. If you separate minifig legs and connect them to a plate, you can make it do the splits. By adding a normal head to a skeleton body, it makes it look like it's getting an X-ray. And finally, take a skeleton torso, 4 legs, and a white frog as a headpiece to create a skeleton dog. This is a cheese slope piece, and if you take a bunch of them and build them facing opposite sides, you can create optical illusion art. So from this side, it looks like a minifig's head, and from this one, bro's dead. Then I also built this interesting machine, but the best part is when you turn it on, it starts doing this. I think it's kind of cool. For this build, I'm going to use these pieces that will allow me to build a cube with plates on the sides. So now I can start building a spiral shape on top of this cube using tile pieces. And this is what I ended up with. And honestly, it kind of reminds me of the GameCube logo. It's crazy to think that this is one single build, but it looks like it's breaking physics somehow. For this next build, I'm going to make a red cube, and around it, I'm making another cube from yellow bricks and tiles. And now when you look at it, it just looks like a corner with studs at the bottom. But if we look at it from this angle, it actually looks like a red brick inside. A long time ago, Lego had a serious problem with brown bricks. It almost feels like chocolate, but it definitely ain't. But I got an idea how to create art out of it. By taking this piece and adding it to a base plate and then surrounding it with brown tile pieces, it makes it look like it's melting. But don't eat it, it's not chocolate. If you take 1x2 plates and shove them one into another, you can make this art piece build. But there is a problem. It's illegal.
Help me.
So here's a smart and legal way to make an art piece using roof slope pieces. And now bro is safe. If you take these colored plates and build them in this order, you can create this insanely satisfying build. And the best part is that it can move. Guys, this build is melting my brain. I don't know how it does that. If you take these hinge pieces, add a cheese slope, and then connect them like so, you get this shape. But if you take more of these and stack them together, you can build a satisfying donut. Kinda reminds me of a ninja weapon. This is a slot machine made out of Lego bricks. You can pull a lever and make the tiles spin. And since it's built with Lego, you can change the tiles to make yourself win. Let's see! Jackpot! Here are some more satisfying fidget toys. Take these Kinetic beams, put a bunch of them in this build, and now when you play with the pins, it creates all kinds of satisfying shapes. If you combine these parts and connect them in a circle, you can make this fidget toy. Then I also built this weird cube, and what's cool about it is no matter how many times you turn it, it won't end. It's like a never-ending infinity cube. And this last fidget toy will teach you physics, because if I try to balance this wheel on my finger now, it just falls. But if I spin it real fast and try again, it's magic. Maybe I should join the circus. This machine is perfect for Halloween, because you can attach a ghost brick build here. And now it looks like bro is haunted. And it does that because of these Kinetic gears I built at the bottom. So when you spin them, it moves these parts. Another smart-looking Lego build you can do is optical illusions. So by making this simple pattern from black and white plates, we just made this crazy illusion. Damn, it looks like it's 3D, but it's completely flat. And here's another optical illusion. If you make a base plate from white and black plates and then fill it with these bright and dark blue circle patterns in the correct order, you get this eye-bending design. Oh wow, the more I look at it, the more it moves. I think it'll make me sick. This next build will show you how door locks work. If you take this key and insert it, it shows you that the pins on top don't align and it doesn't unlock. But if you use the correct key and do the same, now all the red parts align perfectly and the machine opens up. Smart and satisfying. This is the iconic Swiss Army knife, and it's cool because it has a bunch of tools inside and fits in your pocket. So I made my own Lego Swiss knife. I added Kinetic parts like a wrench, a sword, drill, brick separator, a machete, and this magnifying glass. So let's test which knife is better. Swiss knife first. Okay, it works. How about a Lego knife? Well, not successful. Banana test. Which knife do you think did a better job? Tell me in the comments. This next build is going to be all about art and science. So here I built an art gallery room with these red and yellow bricks that look like they're hanging in the air and dripping their colors down the walls. It's a clever build of 2 bricks dripping off walls and painting another brick in a new color. But that's just color theory. So next, I built a large white Lego brick and made it look like the paint was spilling onto it. I added a bucket at the top to make it seem like it was pouring the paint onto the brick. Now the build looks like a floating bucket spilling paint. This is an ordinary Lego minifig, and now I want to build a Lego minifig out of these bricks just to see if it's possible. So blue will be for the legs and hat, and red for the torso. Took some time, but this is how it looks.
Oh, I forgot to give him a face. Happy? Sad? Happy.
And 2 eyes. There, bro is complete. He legit looks just like the original. And just for scale, this is an ordinary minifig, upscaled, and this is huge, bro. But that smile, it's pissing me off. Guys, I think he's asking for it. Okay, that was very satisfying to do, though. Emergency brake! Ugh, I have to use the bathroom, but there's no time, so I have to improvise. Through lots of pain, I built a toilet out of giant bricks. It even has a button and a lid that opens up. Can I, please?
No!
Until you hit that subscribe button, so just do it right now! Oh, thank you. Whew, that was really close. After I reached inner peace, it gave me an idea to build an entire bathroom out of giant bricks. So next, I built this sink with studs for hot and cold water and a faucet with running water.
Oh no, guys, it leaks everywhere, sadly.
And the final build is this huge bathtub made from bricks, and I decorated it with candles. So now it's time to test it out and take a bubble bath. Oh damn, it's very comfortable. All that's left is to light some candles. There. Okay, after the stressful start of not having a toilet, this bathroom makeover is a total win. Another thing you can build is a domino wall, and when you touch one of them, it'll fall onto another one and basically create a domino effect. So I want to see how long I can make it using giant bricks. Yeah, it's quite long, but to make it more interesting, I'm gonna place an upscaled minifig at the end, and we'll see if it can survive. Okay, everything is set. Go! Okay, that was insanely satisfying and also quite a lot of mess. Let's go check on the minifig. Bro turned into a 2D character. Another cool thing to build out of Lego is a survival base, like this one I built in my backyard. It has a bed, a tiny plant, and a toilet. But it's time to see what base I can build out of huge bricks. Okay, the base is complete, and it has quite a lot of space inside. But if I'm gonna try and survive in it for 99 nights, I need some extras. So I brought with me this Lego flashlight to see in the dark. And if that doesn't work, this upscaled working stud launcher. And as a final thing, just to be extra safe, I took all the sharpest bricks I could find and I'll sprinkle them around the base for maximum security. And now, let the challenge begin! And later, at night, I heard something creepy. Yo, guys, did you hear that?
I think I heard something. Oh my god, what is that thing?
But luckily, it was just a dream, and I survived the night in my bunker. For the ultimate build, I want to turn this cart into a tank. But first, let's test if I can fit in it. Yeah, I'll call it a success. So now it's time to make it look like a tank made from giant Lego bricks. First, I'm making an armored box, and this is how it turned out. And to make it look like an actual tank, I made these custom tank treads to cover the wheels. The tank is fully done, and I think it turned out awesome. So now it's time to test it on the battlefield. Okay, guys, you didn't hear that. Okay, it broke into pieces, but at least it was super fun to build. Okay, now I want to see if I can build a ball out of these giant bricks. Okay, the first half is complete. Now to just copy-paste that, and the ball is complete. Yeah, this took forever to build, but now let's test if it can roll. It cracked like an egg, but I still want to roll it down a hill, so I brought it outside and let's see if it'll be satisfying. Okay, it's a complete fail, but it was fun building it, and now I have to clean up all this mess. Next, let's recreate Lego builds in giant scale, starting with a yellow ducky made out of 15 pieces. Let's check if it floats. Damn, bro already found friends. And this is his giant brother, and I think he turned out accurate.
This duck is one big unit.
So let's see if he can float too. Never mind. The next build is this Lego Minecraft horse, and here's how it looks made out of giant bricks. It looks goofy, but the real question is, can I ride it? Bro crumbled like a cookie. Then I built this Among Us and his giant cousin Humongous, and he turned out great. Guys, I think he was an imposter. The next thing I'll recreate is this minion on a giant scale. So the body is super simple, and to make the mask, I used duct tape and a paper print. And he looks even better than Lego. Well, used to. Next, I want to recreate the Eiffel Tower. So I took all of my bricks and started building it. Okay, last brick. Carefully. Yes, it's done. It looks so great, but it's very wobbly. I need to quickly take a picture with it. Watch out, it's gonna fall. Well, I guess we can take the picture now as well. But no, I can still fix it. Whatever. At least I have video proof of it. I've always wanted to do this, and now is the time. So I built this huge Lego wall. Okay, one more time. Yes, I'm building a giant wall at my local go-kart track because I want to see if this wall will be strong enough against me in a go-kart. Okay, full speed. So yeah, the wall did fail, and it looked super cool in the slow-mo footage. But please, don't do this yourself. I'm a trained brickhead. This is a regular Lego minifig, and this is an upscaled version of it. And that gave me an idea to build bigger versions of regular items, like taking a Minecraft sword. By using a lot of blue plates and tiles, I built a life-size Minecraft sword for myself, and it turned out very great. Let's see if I can do any damage. Oh dang, it turned into a skeleton. So here are some more iconic upscaled Lego items, like this Lego meat piece. And not gonna lie, it looks pretty tasty. Another legendary Lego piece is a radio, and this is how it looks at human scale. It looks so cool. Maybe it even works. And this is a money piece. I always wanted to have one in real life. So here's human scale Lego cash. Now I can buy a Lego set with it. Next, let's test these huge Lego items I bought. So here's a life-size stud launcher with 3 studs I ordered, and the best part is it actually works. So I want to test it against an upscaled minifigure and see how strong this launcher is. The next items I ordered were these iconic Lego gold coins. And honestly, these are my favorite because they look insanely good. And this is the size difference between the Lego and the upscaled versions. They are huge! So now let's test if they'll fit in my wallet. Okay, they are too massive. Anyways, this is an official Lego skeleton minifig, and it's kinda cool because you can clearly see bones that are not present on any normal minifig. But you know what it's lacking? Guts. So I found this knockoff minifig with fully printed guts, muscles, and bones, and it's great to learn the anatomy of a minifigure. And I actually found even more cool knockoff minifigs, like this fully articulating minifig. It can move in any direction, which means it can bust a move. Bro acts like he's not made out of plastic. Damn, bro got some moves. The next illegal item is this pack of ordinary gummies. But it's not. It's actually gummy minifigs. It even says that on the packaging. And I think I know why this is illegal, because they look just like candy, and I want to try one now. Okay, they are not gummy at all. Then I also bought this Squid Game doll minifig that doesn't look accurate at all. This Pomni minifig from Amazing Digital Circus, and a Fazbear from Five Nights at Freddy's. Here's a fat Ronald McDonald. Yep, this guy is quite accurate to the food he serves with that big back build. On the same note, I got this Chonk Trooper minifig who also looks like he stacked some Imperial cookies. Another unique minifig I found is this guy dressed in a Pikachu costume with twisty ears and a tail. Let's see how far you can throw that Pokeball. Okay, bro definitely needs to wash that suit. And finally, I found this very accurate Bob Ross minifigure, complete with painting tile, and yes, he still beats the devil out of that brush. This is an ordinary minifigure, and if you cut his head open, you realize that Lego didn't even give him a brain. So to fix it, I went and bought this illegal Lego head. And it honestly reminds me of this meme. And here are some more weird minifigure heads I found. Here's a cursed head that looks like bro has melted, and you can even use it as a cursed ice cream scoop.
Yummy, yummy, yummy.
This one gives me trypophobia, and I guess having so many eyes doesn't give supervision because bro can't even see what's on the board. And this head looks like bro saw the love of his life, or he's just staring into your soul. Here's the smallest minifig head ever, and this one is just big. Bro was probably the smartest minifig in his class. And here's a final trick. If you just stretch it up, you'll end up having a super tall head. This is a regular Lego brick, but it's quite boring. So I'm gonna upgrade it to the most illegal brick possible. So first, I'm taking this brick, heating it up a little bit, and then, by twisting them with pliers, we just made a mess. But I can 3D print this twisted design. Okay, now that I got it, the final touch is to paint it gold.
Tell them to bring me my
And
money.
this is the most illegal part on the planet. And now I want to craft the world's most dangerous brick. So I need a brick, of course, and a Dremel. And I'm gonna carve out very sharp edges and make it super sharp. Okay, I think it's done. And not gonna lie, I wouldn't want to step on this at night, but let's test it anyways. Okay, yeah, it hurts a lot. But I also found this blueprint on the internet and ordered it online. And this is the world's most painful brick ever because it has these illegally sharp stud spikes. So now I will test it on myself. Yeah, I don't know what I was expecting. Another thing Lego doesn't make is a toilet. And here's a knockoff piece I found on the internet. It has a working lid. Okay, I think it was already used. And it can even hold water. Let's see if this guy likes it. Yeah, bro is real happy. And I know why he likes it. Because Lego actually doesn't have a toilet piece. So let's build a nice toilet from official Lego pieces so it'll look legit. I must say, it looks pretty cool.
Beautiful.
So now let's test which is better, the Lego or the knockoff. And I have this test subject who just ate some Taco Bell. All right, I think the fake toilet wins. And who's gonna clean all that mess now? Okay, so everyone knows that LEGO has a lot of great sets, but what they don't have are trendy sets. I found this illegal brain rot set on the internet, so let's unbox them and see what we got.
Boneca, ballerina, tralala.
Here we have parts for Boneca, then this ballerina cappuccina, and this is a tralalero? None of these look like on the box. I guess I got scammed. But now at least we can test them against the wall and see if they match LEGO's strength. Okay, seems like very decent quality, but I wouldn't recommend buying random sets because you never know what you can get. Let's try combining them together, because it kind of feels like those 3-in-1 sets. And I think I just built Tralaleca Trambacino.
Tralaleca Trabuccina.
What about turning real objects into LEGO form? So for these cola cans, I got these 6-pack minifig scale cans. And this opens up another round of turning real-life objects into LEGO. Here's a rubber dog toy that screams, but if I squeeze it, the tiny LEGO version comes out. But does it make a sound?
I'm Batman.
The next item is a bug spray piece, and it's illegal because with it, you can kill LEGO minifigs and creatures at the same time. Well, sometimes it doesn't work. This is a fake $100 bill, and it's illegal because fake money is obviously illegal. But with it, I bought this illegal drone for a minifig, so now he can fly around and invade others' privacy. This is the official LEGO brick separator, and it helps to disconnect stuck bricks, but at the same time, it has fun uses too. For example, if you attach eyepieces at the top and use this orange brick for the mouth, you can make this. But I bought some knockoff tools designed for LEGO to see if they can compete with the original. So here's a hammer. It's useful for securing bricks together, and it has a rubber end to not damage pieces while smashing them. And it also has a separator at the back. And these are knockoff pliers, which are used for working with small pieces. Now let's compare them all together on equal terms. I constructed this challenge out of bricks, tiles, and plates to see which tool is the best. Starting with the pliers first. It seems that they can't even get a hold of tiles at all. So let's try with the back of the hammer. Yes, that works just fine. Now let's move on to the bricks. Yeah, you have to use brute force with it, and with an official separator, everything is just better. So I guess the original separator wins this battle. Okay, in order to reveal this next item, I'm gonna give this minifig a phone piece and make him slip. Oh my god, he broke his phone! Wait, that's a knockoff LEGO piece. And this minifigure also has a different knockoff phone. Wait, what's that there on the screen? Anyway, this is a LEGO meat piece, and honestly, the shape of it reminds me of caveman times. So I found this knockoff bacon tile for a more modern solution. Now minifig can cook up some real meat. Okay, now let's have a battle between official and knockoff items. This minifig has an official LEGO money piece, and with it, he can buy this official puffer vest. Bro is stylin'. But this minifig has a knockoff realistic $100 bill, and with it, he can buy illegal stuff. Like this full-blown puffer jacket, and even this custom hoodie. Yeah, I guess the knockoff guy wins the flex battle. This is a normal LEGO base plate, and it has a lot of great uses. You can attach anything on it, flip it around, and nothing falls off. And I bought this knockoff base plate with custom print, and it kind of looks like a beach. So I decided to build a beach on it. But first, I need some illegal beach-ready minifigs. So now I'm adding reclining chairs, a food truck for beachgoers to have a snack. That girl just bought a hot dog. A jet ski to ride around this fake water. And some palm trees for shade and a place to attach a hammock. Yeah, she's vibing.
What are you doing?
This is an official LEGO revolver piece. And for some reason, LEGO refuses to create modern guns. So I went to the internet and found these illegal golden guns. Not gonna lie, they were super expensive, but they look way cooler than that old revolver.
Oh, come on now. I think bro got sad.
Anyways, I found even more knockoff weapon designs you didn't even know existed. Starting with Star Wars blasters. But these are not ordinary blasters. They have lights built in and they replicate gunshots. Looks kinda cool. And there are also lightsabers with built-in lights. Just connect to power and they light up. So now with these, I can recreate Star Wars battles even more accurately. This is a LEGO RC buggy, and it costs like $200. So let's see if it's worth that much. So I built these ramps to see if it can jump over my collection of cars. Oh damn, it's barely even moving. So I went online and bought this upgrade kit that also cost me $200. And it is an electric motor and a hub that looks similar to LEGO, but is actually more powerful. So I'm gonna be installing it on this car. So let's take it outside and test it. Damn, now it even shreds the ground. It goes almost like a rocket ship. Now with that kind of power, we can try to make a spiral. At least, I thought we could. Well, close enough, I guess. Okay, that amount of power seems illegal because it's quite hard to control. And even though it's expensive and so powerful that LEGO considers it illegal, I'll still give it thumbs up. Another illegal thing you can do is not fully connect parts. So, if you stack a bunch of 1x2 plates one onto another, you can create a rainbow. A flimsy rainbow. Or by taking gray color pieces, you can create an arch entrance for the train tunnel. And the tunnel itself can be done by combining plates and cylinder studs. If you take these parts and just keep stacking them, you will eventually create a donut. And it's quite satisfying, but it's more fragile than a granola bar. And if you only take half of it, then it looks like it's going in and out the table, just like a worm. And now it's a dune worm that will eat all unsuspecting minifigs. Now for some very illegal tech. For example, take a plastic bag, cut it, put a fish in, drip some water inside, and bro looks like he bought ingredients for sushi. Place it on top of Lego plates, and now it looks like water, and also works great as windows for a house. You can take this Lego plant piece, cut off the leaves, and use them as reeds for lakeside build. You can drill a hole in a minifigure and make it look like a death scene with swords. This is a glass piece, and this is a broken glass piece, and now you can put it in a robbery scene. Why did you break the glass when the door was open? And if you're broke and you don't have doors for your sets, just use duct tape and a plate. Did you know that a basic LED is just the right size to fit into Lego helmets? So you can make some cool looking figures with glowing eyes like this. If you have a bunch of chrome stickers, another very illegal thing to do is fully cover a car with them. So I took a Ferrari, and after several minutes of sticking, it's all shiny now. And for funsies, you can use a berry as a custom hairpiece. Very illegal. Another forbidden thing you can do is to order a bunch of knockoff Lego, and I spent almost $100 on it. So let's unpack all the packages and see if it was worth it. I bought these knockoff minifigures that surprisingly have a lot of details like pouches, holsters, torso moves, tactical helmet, highly detailed weapons, and look at this sick ghillie suit. Based. The hood takes off, and if you put it in some natural environment, I can't find him anymore. Next, we got these bootleg weapons. We got here like pistols, a rocket launcher, rifles, submachine guns, bolt-action rifles with scopes, automatic shotguns, an M2 machine gun with that stand that moves in all sides, ammo box, and working top cover, and the freaking minigun that actually has a rotating barrel. Also in the package came some knockoff minifig parts for arms, and they are very weird. You can choose between these long, noodly arms for some goofy moments, or making natural waves, these short ones that look like T-Rex hands, and double hands so that bro can hold 4 weapons at once. And lastly, we got our super articulating knockoff minifig. It can move in all directions, its hand can move, its legs can bend, and it can stretch and breakdance. Another secret building technique is stacking plates in between other plates, and it's illegal because when you do too much stacks, the pieces start to bend. But here's what you can build out of them. You can use simple plates as tombstones for a graveyard. Look, bro is mourning his hopes and dreams there. By using this technique, I built this awesome looking gazebo, and for a bonus, you get studs on the sides for vines to place. This also works if you need sideways real estate to create a rock climbing area for the climbing activities. Guy is trying to get back into shape? Maybe next time. You can take these plates with a grill, place them on the side, and you just got yourself a cage to contain the most vicious creatures. And by taking these plates and shoving them into this curve plate, we get these sick-looking death stairs for those ultra-expensive and minimalistic loft house builds. Just make sure not to fall off the side. Now that I already showed you a bunch of illegal techniques, let's have a quick round of actually using them in different builds, like using plates and studs to create bendable walls or waves for surfing like I did here. Looks cool as heck. Placing 2 window pieces next to each other creates a space big enough to fit a minifig inside. So I created this frozen caveman exhibit in the museum. By stacking ice cream pieces, we just made a cool looking smoke effect for missiles. If you stuff window pieces with transparent slopes, you will create custom stained glass. And it fits perfectly for churches or any other old school buildings. And for the same church, burnt weenies used to make an arch entrance. This is an ordinary Lego alligator, but if you chop off its tail and dunk it into a bucket piece, you get yourself a plant. If you take a bunch of grape pieces and these stems from carrots, you can build a cozy flower bed. By combining these clips with tiles, you can create minimalistic-looking furniture like this sofa, and the tile looks like an additional pillow. And at the same time, this building technique is great for creating concrete-looking skate park ledges. Now, bro can collect infinite points for balancing. Cup piece plus clip piece equals illegal lamp. Tile plus not fully connected tile on top creates a stapler. And bucket handles can work as legs for chairs, or even act like drawers. Very creative for office builds. Here's an illegal piano. The black keys are antenna pieces that shouldn't be there. And this piano plays only pirated music. Speaking of antenna pieces, here's a micro-scale AT-AT from Star Wars. Antenna pieces work as articulating legs, and its head is built from a skate piece. Combining a hot dog piece with a bar holder with clip, you can build the partition wall like in those fancy VIP red carpet scenes.
Stop! You violated the law.
And now, a mini lobster. I built it from tiles and minifig arm pieces, and it will haunt you for the rest of your life. Next, I built these 3 long walls out of ordinary bricks, but if you carefully join them all into one singular build, you get this sick-looking triangle. And this is one of the illegal techniques called brick bending. Here are a few more examples. Since I had a bunch of macaroni bricks, I stacked them into this beautiful kinetic sculpture. But the best part of it is that it moves in a very satisfying way. Very relaxing. And finally, by taking colored plates and building them in this specific manner, you can make an absolutely hypnotizing build like this. How the heck does it bend after such a sturdy build? Straight magic, I tell ya! Lego is one of the biggest tire makers in the world. But did you know that you can also use the same Lego tires in the most illegal ways? Like taking these tiny rubber wheels and putting them on this rod, you can build a barbell for homie to pump up. Take this chunky tire, invert it, and bam! You made a huge cauldron or a hot tub in different colored studs. Tires can be useful for rounded builds like this massive water tower for a micro town. And since the tire's made out of rubber, it works perfectly fine as handles for nunchucks. If you want to perform surgery on a minifigure, you can't, because he's got no organs. So let's upgrade him. First, we'll give him this juicy brain for thinking awesome thoughts. Let's give him a nice sturdy skeleton. Now he's got to watch out for broken bones. Next, let's add some guts. Wow, there's not a lot of space to put these. And we've also got to find space for this big old heart. I guess that'll do? Well, he's definitely looking a lot more realistic, but he's still missing one thing, a soul. But I'm not really sure how I'd make that out of Lego. Guys, if you know how a Lego soul should look, comment below if you have an idea. We know that minifigures get strong at the gym, but what will it take to make the strongest minifigure? You could give him this buff guy torso.
I'm better!
But he needs to be stronger. We can use some clay to give him big, muscly arms. He looks pretty cursed. And he's definitely stronger than this guy. But you know what? Neither of these guys could ever truly be the strongest minifigure. But if we take these big yellow tubes that look like bananas and connect them to this springy, posable torso, there it is.
Bro is literally the strongest now. I can't call him minifigure anymore.
Lego's got a lot of cool minifigures, but they don't have brain rot characters. First, let's turn this businessman into Tim Cheese. If we paint this Mickey Mouse head gray and give it some sunglasses, we've got a perfect head. Then just snap it onto our business body, and there you go. Now for Ballerina Cappuccina. Let's start with the ballerina minifigure. Replace her head with this cute cup of coffee, use a Sharpie to draw on a face, and you've unlocked another character. Finally, let's create Nubini Pizzarini. If you take a minifigure, give him a blue torso, yellow arms, green legs, and a pizza on his head, he turns into Nubini Pizzarini. What about making a minifigure great at every sport? Like this bro, who's trying to be good at basketball.
Guys, he's never gonna make that shot.
But if I upgrade him with these awesome springy legs, he turns into a dunking champion. And if you take an unsuspecting minifigure and put him into a foosball table, you've got yourself a world-class footballer. You can make a minifigure run with stop motion, but he's still way too slow. So I'll add these plates behind him. Now it looks like he's super fast. Whoa, looks like he moves with the speed of Sonic. Give a minifigure a scrum cap, this cute little rugby ball, and you end up with an unstoppable rugby player. LEGO also has this boxer minifigure, and it has huge gloves, but every time I order him to fight, he just stands there. So I took a couple of these gear parts and built a rotating base, and now, with one touch of a finger, he can punch like crazy. Minifigures are not the best dancers. What even are those moves? I'll just swap them out with this posable knockoff minifig. And now we've unlocked some epic new dance moves. You can also attach 2 studs to a minifigure's legs, and now he can twerk. Okay, so this bro's really sad. So I'll challenge myself to turn him into the happiest minifigure alive by upgrading his lifestyle. First, let's give him an ice cream. An ice cream shop? Oh, what about a dog? Yeah, that got rid of his frown, but we're trying to make him the happiest man alive. Maybe he's lonely. I'll give him loads of friends.
Nope.
Or a trip to Disneyland? It's working! What about this golden yacht? Let's put that in the water. I mean, he's happy, but he's not the happiest minifigure alive. Good thing I've got this Sharpie. Ah, that's more like it. I'd say that's the happiest minifigure alive. So far, we've been upgrading our minifigures. But what if we tried a little downgrade? Let's make something truly terrifying. First, let's create a minifigure monster. I'll use this Lego eye for his head. Next, I'll swap his legs for this scary mess of drone pieces. Also, let's give him this zombie head. And damn, that's one freaky minifigure monster. Now let's try to create the most cursed minifigure. I'll start by giving him these wide hips using some minifigure hands. Then let's swap his arms for these bendy tubes and use these noodle pieces to give him a long neck for seeing around corners. Finally, 3 heads are better than 2 and 4 heads are better than 3. So let's put this double head on top of his normal head and 1 stretched head on top of that for maximum brain power. Yeah, these guys look pretty awful. I'd say these downgrades were a terrifying success. Minifigures can come in many different forms, with many different price tags. But with a little bit of craftsmanship, you can upgrade your minifigures into their most expensive forms, like this Buzz Lightyear. The normal version costs less than $5, and this dirty version costs $20. But if you take your $5 Buzz and give him a nice mud bath in the garden, you can upgrade him without spending extra cash. Nice. There are lots of versions of the Joker, but these 2 are almost identical, except that one is 7 times more expensive. But if we paint his hair darker green, swap his hands to blue, and touch up his pants with a marker, they're basically identical. Another really easy upgrade is to take this white stormtrooper and paint him chrome, and he looks just like the $120 version. Now let's upgrade this normal Batman into the incredible Disco Batman. Just use the gold Sharpie on his suit, then add gold foil behind his cape, and you've got the shiniest Batman ever seen. Let's test out his new disco vibes on the dance floor. Damn, bro's got style. If you download this app, you can use your phone to scan a 3D model of a minifigure. Then you can use the scan to design custom parts for your minifigure and send it to a 3D printer. So I scanned this guy who's had too much to eat and printed him a nice big belly. He's not too happy about it. I'll send him to the gym while I make his next upgrade. While he's training, let's design a buff guy torso for him, so everyone can see he's been working out. Just print it. That's much better. He seems happy, but maybe next time I'll upgrade his legs too. Another cool way to upgrade a minifigure is with a 3D pen. Since LEGO bros don't have noses, this guy can't smell those beautiful flowers. But if we use our 3D pen to give him a nose, he can. Oh no, looks like he has allergies. If you have a minifigure with no hair, you can also use the 3D pen to create all sorts of crazy hairstyles. And if you have different filaments, you can make a lot of different colors. Minifigures can't really text, since they don't have thumbs or fingers. So for my last upgrade, I used my 3D pen to give him some. Now we can keep in touch. I hope this wasn't a mistake. Okay guys, finally, after a whole day of building, I finished the first floor of our plane, and it looks insanely massive, but it's not a plane yet if it can't seat people. So on this first floor, I'm gonna build a passenger area, starting with the option for the poorest minifigures, economy class. It has 3 rows of very tiny seats, and they're so close together the minifigs can barely sit. But when you sit, the chair is actually reclinable. And it also has the world's tiniest bathroom, where I just used a Lego blaster for the faucet. And it is so small, the guy has to perform a yoga move just to fit inside. Now all the passengers are seated, and the flight attendant can start serving economy class food. Sacre bleu! Okay, from here things will just get fancier and fancier, so let's build the next section of the plane. Welcome to business class. Here, every seat is made out of leather, huge and comfy, has a leg rest, and most importantly, they are spacious. Our minifigs get personal TVs built right into the seat backs, and the flight attendants serve actually decent food, like pizza, chicken wings, and even Feastables bars. What? And here at the very front of the first deck, I plan to build an ultra-luxury class. So we literally need to flood it with money and luxury. So I built a private capsule for each passenger. Like in those over-luxurious planes on Instagram, each capsule has a huge seat where you can actually sleep, a TV, and even a candle. And to make the VIP passengers feel extra special, I'm decorating the area with fancy paintings, a fish tank with Lego fishes, a PS5, and a Nintendo Switch that you can take and play in your capsule. And if you're a sweaty player, here I'm building 2 restrooms with showers, a golden toilet, and a mirror that I made by sticking a chrome sticker on a Lego tile.
Hello there.
So as a final attraction for the most luxurious guests, I'm building a tiny stage with a piano player and an opera singer. Alright, now the first deck is almost finished, so as a final touch, I'm building a place for the flight attendants to rest. It has 4 chairs and a table, a place for the food carts, storage space for all the frozen foods, and these complicated buttons that you wish you could press. And just like that, every passenger has a seat on the plane and is ready for a flight. But there's actually no pilot yet. That's why we need to unlock the second deck and build the pilot cabin first. Okay, pilot's cabin is built. Inside, we got 4 pilots sitting in comfortable chairs surrounded by massive amounts of complicated controls, working levers to steer the plane, radars, indicators, and all kinds of monitoring systems, and radio.
Mic check 1, 2. This is your captain speaking.
So now everything is ready for takeoff, but the passengers are so bored that they start to lose their minds. And that's why on the second floor, I'll build an entertainment area so that they'll have something to do. And because of the kids, they'll suffer from ADHD symptoms soon. So my first instinct was to build a Chuck E. Cheese for them where they can blow off all their excess energy. Inside, you get a table where you can eat food, a ball pool with a lot of balls that you can jump inside and have a lot of fun. Next to it, there's arcade machines and these big flying balls. And as a bonus, you get your favorite band on the kids stage. Let's do it! Okay, the kids are busy now, so next we need to entertain their parents, millennials. These are the old type of people who like to spend the whole day in Starbucks. So for them, I'll build a small coffee shop with a bar stand. First, you choose your desired food from the refrigerator, heat it up in the microwave, get yourself a coffee, and then you sit in a comfortable chair and stare at your phone. Finally, we need to entertain the rest of the passengers by building a cinema with a lot of red chairs, a big screen, and a food stand where you can get unlimited refills of popcorn and soda. Wait, guys, I think while I was building the entertainment, the kids started hurting themselves in the Chuck E. Cheese. So on this side, I'm gonna build a small hospital. Inside, I put medical equipment, a table with a syringe, a lot of pills, and a dropper. Okay, now people can get medical attention, where trained professionals can get you back on your feet. Okay, he's back on his feet. But what if someone commits a crime, like using a cell phone on a flight? That's where we need a police officer to step in. And for him, I'm building this small office with a map where he can study the case. And for the criminals, I'm building a very tiny jail cell with bars. And it's honestly so boring and depressing, you don't want to commit a crime. Wait, I just realized I forgot to build a restaurant, and now all the passengers are starving. So as a last attraction on the second floor, I'm building a big fancy restaurant, like a cheesecake factory. Inside, you get a fancy interior with beautifully served tables with candles. And of course, a big fountain in the middle. And in the corner, I built a bar where you can buy a glass of beer that you can build using just 2 Lego parts. Okay, but every restaurant needs a kitchen, so I built one here. It has a huge refrigerator with different foods, like broccoli and chicken, and to actually prepare the food, I hired a skilled chef and a helper, and built a spacious professional kitchen for the chef to show off his skills. Okay guys, I was forced to take off part of the wall to film this part, and I think criminals are getting ideas here. Finally, at the very end of the second deck, for the biggest VIPs, I'm building a presidential lounge. Here, you're surrounded by old money luxury items, like a massive wooden table, flowers, diamonds, and king-size chairs. So if you have some important papers to sign, you can do it here, with these Parker pens. And in this bookshelf, I built a secret door that opens up so you can get to the final secret room, with a nuclear button, in case of emergency. Finally, the second deck is fully complete, and we are ready to build the third deck. Okay, at this point, the plane is as tall as 7 minifigures, and look how much space we have inside. Nice. But after building so many activities for passengers, Mr. Bricks Airlines is probably way out of money now. So on the third floor, we're gonna build businesses, starting with the most profitable, a casino. Inside, you have 6 slot machines on both sides, a table where you can play blackjack, and a big roulette table. Now the minifigures can lose, win, a lot of money. And to celebrate a jackpot, the minifigures can hop into a disco area that I built near the casino. First, you need to stand in a long line, then a bouncer checks your drip and decides if you can enter. Here you can bounce to the latest hits, listening to those huge speakers I built using dish pieces. So now you can dance with the coolest people on a plane! Anyways, I like this colorful dance floor. Next, I'm building a laser tag arena, where first you choose your weapon from a big collection of guns, and after that you can battle with your friends and make 360 no-scopes. And here I built a laser maze out of these long, colorful sticks, so now you can jump around it or crawl under it like you're in the army. Okay, at this point, everyone's probably tired already, so I'll fill this last empty space of our plane with a relaxing spa zone. It has a wooden sauna with red-hot coals. Next to it, I built a jacuzzi and a massage table, where an experienced professional samurai can fix your back. I also built 2 changing rooms and a shower that you need to use if you want to sit in a mud bath.
Disgusting!
Finally, onto the most necessary spa activity on a plane, a pool. Okay guys, I don't know how you're gonna swim there, but I respect you trying. And for the final business on the 3rd deck, I built a lounge with a panoramic view from the plane, where you can sit right in the front of the plane and watch the landing. So finally, after adding the roof, the whole plane is completely finished. No way guys, I can't believe I finished it. And I also added these engines and the biggest wheels I could find. Okay, the plane is so heavy now, the tires are bent. Anyways, I hope all the LEGO people spend a great time flying with Mr. Bricks Airlines. But every flight comes to an end, and unfortunately, our plane will have to make an emergency landing on a remote island. So let's hope it'll stay in one piece. The people who paid for the panoramic lounge are probably asking for their money back. Okay, this will be so painful to sort. Subscribe so I can just afford to buy new LEGO all the time. Oh look, the guy's still clapping. So this kid is very rich. He flew on a private helicopter and has bodyguards to protect him from bullies.
Mango tier? Perfect.
This is an influencer girl, and she's live streaming everything 24/7. I also built an experienced camper kid with a backpack and a sack to catch butterflies. These are 2 emo kids.
Because tonight will be the night that I will fall for you.
These are a group of 3 girls that always walk together and laugh about everything. Let me give you a tour of the villa where our kids will stay. We have a prestigious restaurant with a chef, money-keeping vault, hospital room for any injuries, pink room for the girls and sporty blue for the boys, and a room for crying with someone to listen to you. 3rd floor has all the activities, fully equipped filming room for influencers to make content, bowling room for single players, food booth where butlers will bring your food, and after the bowling session, kids can watch a movie in their own cinema with drinks and snacks.
Chicken jockey.
Oh, and how could I forget? I built a secret room for gamers. Inside, we have a gaming station with cool attributes. Sofa with a 200-inch TV for you and your friends to grind on the games. On the roof, we have a spacious pool and lounge beds to relax, and a helipad for rich kids to arrive in style. And while kids are exploring the villa and having fun, there is still one more thing that every luxury resort needs: butlers. So I built an entire army of them, and they can help you with anything 24/7. Like if you're hungry, they can bring you delicious food and drinks. But even though the villa has a ton of activities, kids are already bored to death and planning a strike under the administration's office, asking for more things to do in the camp. So the second thing after a villa that every camp needs is water activities. So I'm building a sandy beach right in front of the villa with reclinable chairs and umbrellas where minifigs can rest. Now that kids can enjoy the beach and play water games, I'm gonna build the next activity for them: an inflatable obstacle course. It has this giant column that you need to go around, climbing wall, and a water slide. So let's test if the kid can go through it. Okay, through the columns, onto the wall. Grab the chain, climb, climb, now down the slide. And here he needs to jump really far. He made it! Let's go! And after all that water action, you usually get really hungry. So I built 3 carts with snacks where butlers can offer you a hot dog. A boba tea where you can order a drink with an insane amount of options.
Hi, can I get a medium half-sugar unicorn sparkle mango bubble tea with triple tapioca, extra rainbow jelly, vanilla syrup, marshmallow foam, whipped cream on top, 2 cherry toppings, a shot of caramel drizzle, strawberry popping boba, and a chocolate dip cookie straw. All in a pink cup, please.
And over here you can get an ice cream.
Yummy.
Another common type of activities you can find in camps are sports games. So on this part of the camp, I'll build a basketball court. And I bought this special minifigure that has springs in its legs, so he can bend down and do buckets. Now kids can get active and play basketball. But this camp is only built for the richest minifigures, so the next sport I will build is a tennis court. And alongside the court, I put these stands with tennis rackets, so now kids can get competitive, play hard, and make those weird noises tennis players usually do. Ugh, What's even more fancy than playing tennis is playing golf. I'll start by building 3 golf courses, each one harder than the last. And after grabbing a club from the butler, we can start with level 1. Just hit the ball and it goes around the corner. Easy. Now on level 2, you gotta go uphill before reaching the hole. And finally, level 3, where you need to hit it through a windmill that actually spins. And honestly, it's pretty tough. Let's go! Bro didn't even look at the ball! And on this side of the camp, I'm building the most luxurious sport of them all, horseback riding. There's a riding area where you can hop on a Lego horse and go through different obstacles.
Did you know that I'm riding this horse backwards?
Like fences, puddles, and more fences. And there's even a water station where animals can drink water. And kids can feed them with vegetables.
Boom!
Wow, I did not expect them to grow that fast. But thinking for a minute, I thought there's even more activities that involve water. So I decided to build a water park. Kids can climb up the stairs and race each other down these 2 slides. To explore the ocean, kids can rent a rowboat and have a romantic ride. I also built a water bike. And if you attach a Lego rope to it, you can go water skiing. Or even pull a banana boat behind. And finally, I built a massive party boat, the perfect place to hang out during the day. On the lower deck, there's a lounge where a butler serves you delicious food. And on the upper deck, I added a DJ stand with giant speakers and a dance floor. And on this boat, you can explore nearby islands, so I built one with a tall palm tree, a hidden treasure chest, and a crab. Plus a lost tourist who's definitely been here too long. Bro looks like he got on an island when he himself was a kid. Now Mr. Beast can buy this island and host some insane challenge on it, like survive 100 days without sunscreen. Oh look, I think this guy just won. Finally, I added sea animals, dolphins, fishes, and of course, sharks.
Trallallero trallallà.
Another type of activity is classic camping, sleeping in a tent and enjoying nature. So on this side of the camp, I placed this special Lego piece, a Lego tent. And what's cool about it is it's waterproof, so bad weather won't ruin your night.
Okay, the guy survived the rain, so I give this tent 5 booms and order 2 more.
Next to the tents, I'm building a big campfire with a place to sit, perfect for roasting marshmallows and telling stories. Finally, I populated the area with a bunch of insects and animals, cause that's what nature is. So during the day, kids can hike around and catch butterflies, or even try rock climbing.
Hi, how are you?
But once the sun sets, it's time for scary stories around the fire. And after all those peaceful nature activities, it's time to hype this camp up by building extreme activities here behind the villa. So I'll start by building 2 go-karts, one yellow, one blue, and to decide which one's faster, I'm adding a full karting track winding through the entire area. It's packed with sharp turns, so when you race, you always have to stay focused. And over here, I built a repair shop where you can fix your kart after an accident. And for the winners, there's a podium, because bragging is important. Next to the track, why not build our own Ferris wheel? You walk up the path, hop into a comfy gondola, and get a bird's eye view of the whole camp. I even made it motorized by adding this motor here. Now I can control it with just one button, although I think it's not completely safe. Don't worry, it only malfunctions like every other spin. And for the final extreme activity, I'm building a roller coaster that wraps around the Ferris wheel and even crosses over the go-kart track. It looks absolutely insane, turning the camp into a full-on theme park. I even built a roller coaster car to ride on it, so let's test it. Yes, it works! And with that, the build is finally complete. And at this point, even real theme parks would call this a bit much. And before I build the final thing in our camp, I want to add some last touches, like trees and plants scattered around the area, and kids doing different activities. For example, these kids are painting, and this nerdy kid is building a rocket. I also added a scooter kid, a BMX kid who rides his bike way too fast, and a skater bro who can land some pretty decent tricks. And finally, I added a clown. And finally, we need to build the last and most important part of any kids camp, the disco. So I built a huge stage right on the beach. It has these massive speakers, and I put musical instruments so the bands could perform. And speaking about bands, since we have an unlimited amount of cash, why don't we pay someone to book an expensive artist? So here's Taylor Swift, Drake, and even that massively popular K-pop star, all crashing the same stage.
Are you ready?
Oh look! Even butlers are dancing.